Honey, you made yours too. Time can't erase all the shit we put each other through. We were supposed to be together through the good and the bad, but you folded under pressure, left our love in the past. Did you ever love me? Or was it the things I did for you? Gave you all of my heart, but I guess it wasn't enough for you. Oh no, I know it's give and take, and I gave all I can give. Said you would be there, darling, and you turned around and you dipped when things got rough. You chose to run. I don't think you ever loved me, not like you said you did. Wasted my time, you wouldn't try. I don't think you ever loved me, and that's why you quit. We made a promise to God to love to the end of days, but just like that, it's all gone away. As I sit here wondering, blaming myself for everything, I can't help but think, why me, why me, why me? Without any warning or explanation, you decided for the both of us that you'd be better off without me. Baby, that's so fucked up. When things got rough, you chose to run. I don't think you ever loved me, not like you said you did. Wasted my time, you wouldn't try. I don't think you ever loved me, and that's why you quit. To give all my yesterdays, how can you take our tomorrow and throw them all away? I'm all out of answers, but one thing is clear: when things got rough, you chose to run. I don't think you ever loved me.
Good evening. Happy Friday. Um, First, let me say I appreciate everyone for tuning in. And excuse the solemnness and the sorrow in my voice. I had to wear shades. Listen. I normally would come on. I'd have my frames, but as you all know, I started a new work week.
Yes, yes.
And we're gonna have a special edition show tonight. We are going to have a Let's Unpack It about our dear brother Tyrese.
Well,
So at
well.
this time, I'm gonna take off my shades because I was raised to be respectful.
Mm.
I got my wine glass because we might get a little heavy.
Hallelujah.
But let me introduce and present to some the incomparable, the intelligent, the radiant Robin. How you doing, sis?
Girl, listen. I'm so happy it's Friday because this is an unpack it type of day. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can let it release over the weekend, pray about it on Sunday, and go about it back on Monday. But Friday,
Friday. Girl,
girl,
I like that point, that Friday.
and I got my nails done.
You
You
got
know what I'm
your nails.
saying?
Yeah.
So
No,
I
yeah,
got
yeah, go ahead, showcase it. Okay, manicure.
Friday.
Yes.
Girl, listen, let me tell you something. Woo!
Robin, we got to
Brother,
call
you said it with a mouthful. Brother Tyrese,
Brother
cool.
Tyrese got to get called to the carpet, sis. And
Calm down to the pulpit.
I have to put on the specs because I don't want to miss no details. Okay, now if you guys are not familiar with Tyrese, first as you come in, wipe your feet and like the stream. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I am the light police. I will monitor. So first off, Tyrese is a bit.
I'm trying.
Okay,
Right. He's
so
emotional.
hold on.
But
Now,
is it unreasonable, Key?
well, we're gonna talk about it tonight.
Okay.
The call lines are open.
Okay. We want to know what y'all think.
Okay, the call lines are open, and I just ask that y'all give us a little bit to get into it. But brother Tyrese, for those that don't know, he is recently divorced for another time, from Miss Samantha Lee Gibson. And so the divorce was finalized. Yes, babe, I found the button. Okay, I found that
One
button.
thing about it, two things for sure. We're gonna use
Okay, we gonna do what needs to be done here at Off Script. All right. So brother Tyrese divorced Samantha, or she divorced him. I'm sorry,
mm-hmm.
last year, and he has been in a new relationship. Let me say this: they were married in 2017 on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Divorce was finalized last year. All right. So Tyrese has been very open, right? They
Yeah.
did Miss Griffin. I'm gonna get to you, but we haven't unpacked yet, so you might be on hold for a little bit. Uh, so Tyrese has done they did the joint statement. The political. We are great as friends, but we've decided to separate, and as co-parents, we'll
Mm-hmm.
always have love for one another, but it's just best that we part ways.
Yes.
No one is to blame here. We'll be, it's everything like kumbaya. Well, Tyrese is not the kumbaya guy, right? So Tyrese has shown, if he feels strongly about a matter, he vocalizes that, right?
Right.
Samantha has presented herself as very churchy, and what I mean by that is the polished, I will present my best self at all
Mm-hmm.
times, right? So she doesn't too much speak openly about, I believe, her truth.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, and so to start us off, Robin,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna say this. So in this situation, if you're, just in case y'all are not familiar, let me give you some context. I'm gonna play this video.
New album you got, this new song. This is an album
that I wish belonged to somebody else.
Really?
It's a song that I wish belonged to somebody else. I wish I was still married. I wish I could still wake up and my daughter is still there. She made her choice, and she didn't love me enough to tell me why. But she's out, and she ain't coming back, and I don't want it back. When somebody tells you and shows you who they are and what they think and feel, then you just gotta respect it for what it is. I don't like it. Most of us as men want to try and control the outcome of every situation. I can't do anything to fix anything, but I wish her well. But I'm walking around on fire.
Hey, you are.
Pulling out my human calculator, trying to add it all up. Was it all a game? Was it all some baby mama shit, trying to get a monthly check out of me? I mean, I was in love with this woman for real. Never cheated. The only woman I kissed in 5 years was Naomi Harris and her forehead in the movie Black and Blue. So the song is entitled, I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me. And the album is entitled Beautiful Pain. And if this album never sees the light of day, it's gonna be because it was too hard for me to finish. But right now we number 10. We out here in New York City. Funk Flex just played my shit like 10 times. And I know everybody's chasing relevancy, trying to figure out how to stay on the charts. I don't care about none of that shit, man. I've had a studio in every home I've ever owned, and I don't go to the studio until I feel it. And sadly, on this round, I'm in the studio about my family, my divorce, and this new relationship I'm with my girl Zelly. And for all of the women that's been attacking Zelly, a side chick, a mistress, a rebound, Zelly never asked to be here. If Samantha had never left her husband and her family, wouldn't be no such thing as Zelly.
Wow.
And it's been 2 years since I've been with Zelly. We don't cheat, we don't play games. We have our highs and lows like every other relationship. But I'm so in love with this woman, I'm so blessed that I don't know where she came from, but she here. So she represents the beauty in my pain. And Samantha represents that other side.
Got it.
And before I go, I'll say this. Men, to all of the women out there, it's gonna be talking shit in the comments. It's okay. I welcome it. I got thick skin. I got a 12-minute crying video on the internet. I done heard every joke there is. I'm okay. God is good. Listen to me. Us as men, we get beat down for not expressing our feelings and our thoughts and our emotions and our sensitivities and vulnerabilities. We get beat down. Why you don't ever talk to me? Why you won't tell me how you feel? You look like you got something on your mind. Why you won't talk to me? And as soon as we open up and share whatever it is we thinking and we feeling and we're carrying, we get beat down for that too. Beautiful pain is my truth.
Heard you. All right.
You're going through some shit and you want to keep it to yourself, you grown. You do what you want. Samantha and everybody else, they gonna get this work. Beautiful pain is coming.
Ooh, child. Listen. I think there's somebody just said in the comments, there's a lot to unpack here. A lot. But I think for me, to go back to your question, right? That's the overarching question is right now, who is the victim? Right? And I feel like with that question and only seeing this video, I'm confused. I have questions. Because I've actually never seen that video that you just showed. I saw the interview. So like, and after, because I've seen the interview, which y'all, we're going to show some clips, I promise. But that's an hour-long interview. And I don't know, when was this posted? Do you know if that video that you just shown was posted before the interview or after? Because, baby, it sounds so...
They were close around because he's like doing interview tours.
Yeah.
Basically. So
But like,
yeah, he's moving and shaking, and he is just trying to get his voice out there.
right.
So I will say this: you're confused. I am not.
Well,
Okay.
no. What I'm saying is, if I hadn't seen the interview
Oh, you will be confused.
by just this video alone, because I would be like, Tyrese, what are you talking about, sweetie? What's going on? What had happened? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like there was so much going on. There was the, feelings of missing his wife almost, because he's making comments like miss being married.
Ain't no almost. Ain't no almost. I think it's very clear.
See, but I'm trying to be objective here.
Okay.
I don't want to make it definite, because I know there's some people out there that's like, so
Some people.
what, you know what I'm saying? What are we saying here? So you have that,
Uh-huh.
but then you have the expression of, I'm in a new relationship, I'm happy, but it's almost like a backhanded comment. You know, that backhanded compliment that's like, oh, I like having you here, but the only reason you're here is because I'm not with her. Because that's what he said. I don't know if people really was listening, but that's what that young man said in the video. So that's another ticket where I'm like, well, are you happy, sir? You know what I'm saying? And then it goes into this whole overview of what this song is about.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm like, wait, you released a song? You got music right now. And it's about your trauma? Because you're naming it Beautiful Pain. That screams trauma.
The name of the song is "I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me." We
The
can't
name of the song.
over that. And if you missed it, it's in the video intro. Okay.
Come on now.
I don't think you ever loved me. And I will say this: I am like this, right? So
Talk to me.
Tyrese,
Mm-hmm.
he's been pretty open with his sensuality, sexuality. He is, I would say, he has been an R&B sex symbol for many years, like before.
These are the sons of love.
Okay, don't let you be with a Scorpio. And they like, you heard what Tyrese said about them Scorpios, didn't you? He wrote that. You see what I'm saying? So you have that, you know what I mean? And then, you doing Manology, you're doing a book with Rev Run. This is all pre Samantha Lee Gibson and after his first marriage, right?
Correct.
So then he falls in love, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Falls in love and
Head over heels, baby.
and I mean falls and falls hard. I mean Carrie Hilson
He take pictures with his foot up.
when love knocks you down. Okay, that's what I mean. I mean he is in love. He has found his queen. And sis, listen, she is his words, not mine. She's a Proverbs 31 woman. You know what I mean? Who helped him get his life together with a smidgen of a little melanin in there. She got a little bit of black. You know what I mean? I know looks can be deceiving, but it's somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready to man up, to be his best self, right?
Yes.
Excuse me. And so in that, what's Tyrese doing? I'm doing everything. It's the date nights. It's the private plane rides to Dubai, and it's the I'm loving and she's beautiful and she's this and she's that. And now you're so distracted from love and possibly lust.
Yeah.
I will say this. He opened the door for her to love bomb him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because not only, I'm not going to say
Samantha did that?
Samantha
opened the door. Okay.
I will say that. And I will say this. She is a professional counselor. That's her degree area.
And is.
Okay.
That was an interview. I found that out.
And so when you have somebody, and I'll show you how dangerous it can be, right?
Yeah.
My personal belief is, I'll say this. Derek Jackson walked so that Samantha could run. Okay. And that is what she is running all over this guy. Okay.
So you're saying that Samantha has Derek Jackson Tyrese?
I believe so. And the reason I say that, so he's interviewing in his way, as you've seen, right? Samantha, and again, she's a believer. Creflo Dollar married them, counseled them. His professional and spiritual stance was that they didn't need any counseling, like they had did the homework. Well, I'm sure they had. If she's licensed in with the mind, she's gonna make sure that all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. You understand the mind, so you understand how someone of that caliber who's been in that tax record for so long may be on the defense. And however you positioned yourself, okay,
Right.
you got in, you found the in, and you got in there. You're not bad looking,
Right.
and so here we are. Oh, I'm plain Jane. You know, I have my little car.
Mm-hmm.
Let me introduce you
You're
to
not looking for the attention.
looking for the I don't even like the spotlight. My Instagram is going to be private. Baby, her Instagram was private for 2 years of their marriage.
Ooh.
It was private.
Mine's still private too, child. So
But today though, Samantha is giving sermons.
mm-hmm.
Samantha is doing Miracle Mondays.
Testimonies.
Samantha has a woman support group of why you should get out of a toxic marriage, and if you've been with a narcissist and healing past your trauma and dating Samantha, and why you should never be with a celebrity. That's what Samantha is doing today. So I will say this: do I feel like Tyrese was played? Absolutely.
So that's what you think. That's who your answer is that Tyrese
he's played, but not without fault.
Okay. Okay.
Because you opened whatever it was that got you, that attracted you, that enticed you, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Delilah was sweet to Samson, and we see what happened there. You know what I'm saying? So how many men have fallen because of a woman? Now, she wasn't out there. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. As I stated, I've had some trauma and abuse in my childhood. And as a result of that, I had a target on committed men at one point in time in my life, right?
Yeah.
Because of the hurt.
Yeah.
Until I was able to heal and understand what healthy looked like.
Right.
And grow into that. But at that point in time, whatever I thought you could give me, I was going to get from you.
Mm-hmm.
And because Tyrese, his head is so clouded, and she broke into the trust. Maybe she if you've seen what's it, Just Right with Queen Latifah and Paula.
Yes, in Common, absolutely.
Okay. And Paula Patton. That's what she did. She
was her cousin, right? She played her cousin.
She said, yeah. She said, I have to go and serve the kids at charity tomorrow.
Yeah, putting on a front.
I've dated ball players.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing you could do. And then she hooked him.
And that's what you're saying Samantha is the Paula Patton of Just Right.
Samantha has been homeless. She came
in there.
Home. So I will say this. As a woman, I didn't grow up in the richest of situations, but I tell you what, I'm not going back to that.
Okay.
I won't be in those situations anymore. So I have to decide for if work was, you know what I mean, not happening and you know, and life was life, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta make something shake. I wouldn't put it past anybody in a desperate situation.
Right.
If you see a come up to take advantage of it.
Right.
Especially if you know you have the upper hand. Like, he is from the hood. He is from Watts.
Mm-hmm.
Openly about how he grew up. His mom being, you know, had her struggles. God rest her soul. His dad being an alcoholic, seeing murders and gangs and all of this stuff. So your childhood and your circumstances, you can grow past them, but you know, it takes time, and you never really forget. And they met at a charity event, Miss Griffin. I know you're asking how they met. They met at a charity event.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you're attracted. She's about her business. You know what I mean? She's not gonna quit. It's like somebody winning a lottery and don't quit their job. Right.
But let me ask you this, Kim. I'm gonna push back just a little, because I'm like, all right. Valid point, because I got the sense that she was one of those that kind of like did her research. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not gonna be like over the top with her presence. She's gonna slide in there. She's gonna
slide in.
You know, she knows who to talk to, when to talk to, and what to talk about.
Okay.
Right? That's what I feel like Samantha is doing. However, I feel like, one, this is not Tyrese's first marriage. This is
Right.
not his first time being in predicaments with women and trying to figure out who they are, what they're about, da 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 da, whatever. So I feel like going into this, I'm gonna look at from perspective of Tyrese and how he looked at the situation and who Samantha was.
Mhm.
Is there, and maybe there isn't, but I want to push to the sense of, was there never a time that you didn't see the flags of this woman?
I'm so
Was there? Because here's the thing, and I asked that because it seemed like as he was talking through the interview, there were moments where he suspected this behavior from Samantha, or
Mhm.
that this wasn't the first time that I felt the way I felt because of her behavior.
Mhm.
So if you're constantly being,
Mm.
exposed, introduced, you know what I'm saying, to people's actions, and you turn a blind eye, I can no longer call you a victim. I can't say that you have been put in a position
Right.
where, unbeknownst to you, you know what I'm saying, the behaviors of others are now enlightening you about, how they actually feel versus what you perceive, and you're just in a corner and you can't do anything. I refuse to believe that.
And
Because I feel like, yeah, because I feel like there were moments, even if it was a slither of time, you know what I'm saying? There was just an inclination of, hey, I don't really know if she really cares that much. You know what I'm saying? Or if she like actually is presenting something that is honorable. Come on now. You can he's too old for that. Thank you. I just feel like, because again, he has the experience,
uh-huh.
right? This isn't his first time at the rodeo. The way that he's talking about it, because I'm thinking about, when I ignored red flags, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And the dude still ends up doing me wrong. And I'm sitting there like,
In shock.
he really did it. I didn't think he was going to do it with me. I
Right.
saw him do it with all these other people, or
Mhm.
I've been introduced to the flags prior to me committing, and I chose to ignore them. But now I got to sit up here and be upset because what did it do? It opened up, it bloomed. I thought, it was going to be a flower. It's a cactus. But sis,
Right.
you knew.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like, with that being said, I don't know if I can truly choose a victim.
Okay.
I would say that there are moments and times where they have each shared that role. Because I'm not going to put the blame on Samantha. I
Okay.
have I have instances where I could, but in totality, nah, he did some stuff too. Tyrese is at fault for some of the things and the transgressions and this and literally the journey of their marriage and where they are now. That's what I firmly believe.
I got you. And I agree to a certain extent. He has admitted that his first marriage he didn't care. She was
Right,
pregnant, so he went into it not really wanting to change. In this
right,
instance, Samantha met him at a more mature, granted, yes, he had been married before, but she met him at a more mature stage and state
yeah,
in his life.
yeah,
And what I'm saying is I do believe she took advantage of his care and his pureness of heart
right,
for love with her. So that's what I'm saying. Let me get to Miss Griffin real quick, sis.
absolutely. Yeah,
Hey,
because
Miss Griffin, you're live.
hi.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for calling in.
Um, well, see, I first of all, I don't really follow him, but basically, if a man's on well, anyone's on their second or third marriage, I'm thinking, okay, so what did you learn the first time? And examine, I guess, what went wrong the first time, and what did you do, and what did she do, or vice versa, to cause the end of the marriage, and then make it better. And then, of course, whoever files for divorce is telling, because I'm always asked the question when somebody's getting divorced, who filed? I'm like, oh yeah, they're the ones who want it out, and often they've communicated to the other person why they want it out, hopefully, That's one. And then in the case of now, I know I'm jumping around, but I just want to say this. I agree with him about his point about when men, are always asked, express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so often when men finally express themselves, then they're crucified for how they feel.
Right.
Because, that's how you feel. And so that's, so once again, they're victimized in that way. They're victimized for not telling you how they feel. And then when they try and tell you how they feel, then it's, you shouldn't feel that way. I'm like, well, you should feel the way you should feel. Now, just because, that's not on him or her or him in this case. That's on you, how that you're uncomfortable that he feels this way. Well, you asked, but other stuff. But I also have a problem with him mentioning his current love affair, his current love entwined with his whole pain about his marriage. I said, okay, you're talking about Samantha, but why are you bringing me into it?
Right. And we're going to get to it, Miss Griffin. Trust me, that it's coming up. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it.
Because if I was his current girl, I'm like, why are you talking about me? Why are you talking about your ex-wife?
Exactly.
So you first,
Mm-hmm.
Am I part of that pain too? Only part of that pain.
Right. It's fair. Okay. I got you.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I started jumping all over the place. But,
no, you're fine.
I'm sorry. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye.
No, because Miss Griffin was target because I'm like, why are you mentioning so much about your ex, but then just turn around and mention this 2 little sentence about my current girlfriend and how I'm so in love. But you're talking about pain.
With that being said, all right. So,
listen, is she a rebound? I'm gonna answer it like this. I don't know if she's really anything. I don't know what this lady is, because I even feel like a rebound, like you a lie and say, I mean, it depends on the person. I don't want to say lie. I'm gonna use that loosely, but I feel like when people are thinking about what a rebound is, it's somebody you get with in order to get over someone else. A lot of times your energy is not fully invested in this new person. Why? Because you're only using them as a scapegoat. So that's what I understand, my definition or my vision of what a rebound is, right? Mm-hmm. But there still is a level of, I'm going to show you that I care, that I want to be with you. Even if I'm not fully invested, I'm still going to say, hey, you're the one for me. You know what I'm saying? And then by process of elimination, you can figure out whether you're a rebound or not. This situation, I feel like she's almost like a sit-in nurse, a babysitter, if you will.
Okay.
A caregiver.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That person that I want her in my corner. I want to lay my head on her chest. I want to be coddled, nurtured, and cared for. You know what I'm saying? I like that transitional person. See, a rebound is more solidified. It may be based on a lie. It may be based off a rocky foundation, but I do believe that it's more grounded. That's not what this young lady is. I don't believe that this young lady, it would be a rebound, a distraction. Absolutely. But I'm putting on caregiver as well. Mm-hmm. Because I do believe there is an element of him feeling safe.
Absolutely.
Person. And she has to have done something to allow him to feel transparent and open, for him to feel comfortable going out and doing what he's doing. Because you got to be a patient person to have your man go out and start talking about his ex almost in the present tense. Mm-hmm. Have a song about the pain.
Well, and to quote that, so let's go into that, and then I'll get to you, caller. So it says, I'm not doing this album despite my ex. I'm doing this album because of my ex. Mm-hmm. It's my truth. It's my story, my pain, my trauma. I actually wish in one of the very best for my ex when it comes to this album. she can definitely get this work. What he said in that video clip, revealing that he's often asked what it's like to date and influence the singer praised Timothy for the way she's influenced his life. Now, listen, here's what I will say, right? I feel like this. I'm going to say no, she's not a rebound.
There it is. Talk to me.
I'm going to say no, she is not a rebound. I am going to say that Zelly is a conscious opportunist.
Ooh. Okay.
And the reason I say that is because what Tyrese shared is she was leaving an abusive situation. He was kicked out of his marriage. And to hurt people connected, she had an OnlyFans platform, right? And so she had always she was up front with wanting to be seen, you know what I mean, and wanting that attention. Tyrese is a stepping stone for her, and she's a stepping stone for him in his healing.
So this is a business deal,
but with care. You know what I mean?
Care about your business.
Yeah, it's a business deal with some care. That's what I think. Because what I will say is I don't believe that Tyrese will ever risk love the way he risked it with Samantha again. I don't believe he'll ever. I think he's gonna go the fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. We ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that he will do that. I would be very surprised. Not to say he won't remarry, not to say that he won't try again or have more children or anything like that, because you can do all of that and not be in love with someone. But I believe they have a mutual understanding of each other's toxicity,
right,
and what they can offer each other. Right. Her displaying Tyrese every day on vacations and what he does was something that Samantha was not willing to do, and it helps his case as I'm a victim. I love hard. I go above and beyond for who. So she's doing that, and for her, it's like, oh, okay, I ain't got to show my no more.
Right.
You know, I didn't want to do it. I'm a mom. She has children of her own.
Yes.
And so, can we put the girlfriend back on the screen, bro? Okay.
Google is powerful.
And so, with that being said, you know, you can help me out too, bro. I'm not going to judge you because this is a tender moment. And I will say this: anybody with some level of care will handle, as you said, with caregiver, will handle with care gloves your pain.
Yes.
Right, let me get to Miss Hill.
Absolutely.
Or last name Hill. Sorry. Hello, caller, you're live.
Food, y'all. This Sean.
What's up, bro?
Not much. Real quick. So what I want to say is I actually agree with you that she looks very much so like an opportunist. You only create an OnlyFans page to take advantage of an opportunity, right? You're a mother. You endure that. That does not take away your qualities of being a fit parent or not. So you saw an opportunity. You know, men, drool over you. You have this fascinating shape, this body, this aura. Whatever you may be showing on your OnlyFans is going to draw content, which is going to lead to dollars. Now, within that, she might have a physical attraction to Tyrese, but it's also Tyrese. He's an actor. He's a well-known actor, singer, all of that, right? He's a established entertainer in the entertainment business. So, yeah, I see what you're saying there, but I think this relationship here is a way for him to cope with his pain while he's trying to get himself together. And in lieu, if his feelings are going in a different direction, then he'll stay hooked on that, because you got to think, as tough as we are as on women and their feelings and the way we behave in a manner to where they make them think that we don't acknowledge them in a certain light, we do need that companionship. You know what I'm saying? Like, sleeping by yourself is one thing, but when you got a warm body next to you that you can roll over and touch is a different thing. And that's what he's missing the most. So I could see him falling a little bit, but also guarding a little bit. I just want to throw that in there while y'all were building.
Oh, appreciate you, bro.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.
Bye-bye. So yeah, so that was Sean, any hair Calfani in the chat. Thank you so much for calling in. And let me get to this question. Russell Haynes said, "What is your take on how the kids feeling?" Best guess. I will say this, right? So, we are going to we are going to touch on his oldest daughter, Shayla Gibson. She's 16 or 15 now, so she's in high school.
Mhm.
I think that she's handled. I think, look, she in high school, and I think she's focusing on like, that's my dad's life. I really don't care as long as I'm cool at school. We straight. You know what I mean? We not talking to Miss Samantha, and she could also be like, "You played my daddy." I don't know if she's a daddy's girl. You know,
Right.
it could be either way.
Right.
I'm sure that she's coping with the transition as best she could. Soraya stays primarily with Samantha, and he was also ordered to pay $10,000 a month in child support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say this. I do believe in child support. I believe in handling your responsibilities. Kids did not ask to be here.
There it is.
However, it does not take $10,000 a month to care for a child in the state of Georgia. And her lawyer argued about the cost of living based upon the state of California when he's relocated to Georgia. Now, under the judge's reason, which the judge gave this, the judge said because of the lifestyle that Soraya was born into, it's only fair that she's not penalized and that she can live out that lifestyle. I will say this, and I see your face, Robin, so I know that you have a rebuttal.
You know, I'm on the low side. I'm on the low side now.
I am going to. This is my viewpoint, and I'm not standing on it as if it's right, because I'm definitely here to be informed, educated, different perspective, all of that. What I will say is, as a baby, because she was maybe one when her mother left, that lifestyle does not cost $10,000. That baby is not sitting around there like, oh, there's a nanny and there's 12 rooms in this house that I grew up in, and I only ride in her car seat don't feel like no Porsche. It feels like a car seat. She's not sitting there eating caviar so like, it's one, you have 17, 18 more years of what your established lifestyle looks like. For a 1-year-old to determine how their lifestyle looks, I feel like that's unfair. Not that she should be in poverty, but $10,000? Come on now. Like, let's just be reasonable. When the mom has decided to work, he was paying her car note and the insurance on a BMW and a luxury car the whole 2 years without, oh no, Siri, without, any gripes or things like that, still handling she was able to attend private schools, the best of clothes. And your mom is now growing this influencer brand and taking interviews and things of her own as well. So at one point, you're holding Tyrese to the standard. On the other side of things, Samantha is slowly rising to the top. And here's the thing: Samantha is good looking, she's educated, and she is wise. Don't tell me that she can't elevate and surpass him. And but he'll be left holding the bag. That's all I'm saying.
And objectively, I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with you. I don't feel like $10,000 is adequate. I feel like it's above adequate. It's over adequate. It is way too much. What would be adequate is what we would define the cost of living for that age range. Look at what cost, where, whatever, and then go from there. But see, that's too much like right. Right. And that's not in the world that we live in, because if you want to go down that rabbit hole, I'm trying to figure out why we still paying, football players and basketball players and baseball players more than what a doctor makes that's going to save the life of that basketball player, football player. Okay. So stop.
That's fair.
So with that being said, I feel like when you're looking at it from the lenses of what we literally the society is built around is just business and money. they're going to look at his lifestyle and they're going to look at her lifestyle and they're going to come to a conclusion regardless of the kid. It seems like they should be focusing on the kid, but that's really not how it works. They're going to look at it based off of your income, how much you make. Then they're going to bracket it. Just like anything that we have to do, we have to qualify for. And once you're qualified, they'll say, oh, you're qualified for this much. So Tyrese was his lifestyle, not including what has to do with the kid. Oh, you 10,000. Okay, cool. You that doesn't put a dent in your bill, your paperwork, and all that. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a care.
I play devil's advocate, Miss Esquire.
Yes.
Okay, so this just hit me. This had to be the Holy Ghost.
Had to.
I'm thinking like this because at this point, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Samantha is a bit of a manipulator. I'm sorry. It's just in my shanana. I can't shake it. Is it possible that she purposely had him move out here to Georgia, where this state is primarily partial to moms, no matter how well off the dad is, as opposed to having and living in California, where he may have had some fluctuation because this was your plan all along? Is that a possibility? Is that
absolutely? There could be a lot of different reasons why advantages play into, especially when it has to do with suing somebody, bringing suit against somebody, getting people to pay the money that you want them to pay. Right. Absolutely. But with that being said, right? Absolutely, she did. Because here goes me. You had an opportunity. You're not even. Where is he from? Is he even from Georgia? Isn't he from LA?
No. Yeah, he's from California. He's from Watts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of that does definitely play into a role. I want to go back to real quick the whole idea of whether the kids, are they the victims, right? And I feel like both of them are victims in different ways. Okay. The oldest one, the 16-year-old, she is a victim because she is going through it now. Right. She has to live with all of the social media, all of the reporting, all of the people probably at school, in her life, in her home, all of those things are coming at her. And at 16, you're so impressionable and I remember when I was 16, a lot was going on just with me personally, me trying to figure out life. And you're going to throw that in there? Come on now. Like, y'all not paying attention to that aspect. Well, I wouldn't say that. Not going to say that, not going to hold you. Right? Because I still want you to do right by people.
Right.
Because what we're saying that she's doing is not at all morally what we would want her to have done. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's between you and your viewpoint, because people will be like, okay, well, maybe he took advantage of her and now she's showing him what she got. Now she's flipping the tables and all of that. But I'm a firm believer, if you got to do all that, you don't need to be with that person.
I agree. And
come on now.
Sean is asked, can this lead to trauma that causes a man to want to take the kid and mom out and then turn on himself? Is there a link to a murder-suicide case? So I'll say this real quick. Tyrese spoke on this because he said, with mental illness, people automatically suspect suicide. He said, why suicide is real. He loves himself too much to do that. And I don't think Tyrese will go that far. I think Tyrese is like hurt that she's not hurt.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
And I think that the short answer to that really is a case-by-case situation. When you have somebody like Tyrese, like how you just said, Akila, verbally and like 10 toes down, I'm cool on that. I may be going through things. I may be, experiencing, the mental challenges and health risk. But at the end of the day, I'm good on me choosing to be here. Right. While others are not. He is, I feel like, blessed enough to have that mindset, while others are not, blessed enough to have that mindset, or they just haven't figured it out for themselves, whatever their situation is. But I feel like for this scenario with Tyrese explaining all of what he explained in the interview, as opposed to, again, comparing to the video that you shown, there was a lot of unresolved issues.
Absolutely.
So many unresolved issues with him and himself, with his past relationship, probably with his current relationship. With we're just now trying to figure out what this really is for him. Is it a business deal? Is it a rebound? Is she a nurse? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's so much unresolvedness that I feel like that's the root of their situation right now. It's like they're reacting to things they never really dealt with. They never really unpacked. They never really had conversations about. You know what I'm saying? Because while we can sit up here and give the podium to Samantha, like the whole taking the kid, you know what I'm saying? And this was in the clip. If y'all haven't watched it, watch it. But in the clip of the interview, Tyrese talks about how he wasn't able to see his child. Now, we all have our conversations about how we want fathers to be in their kids' lives. Now you got somebody crying, a father crying about wanting to be with his child. And we're not talking about what was the reason behind you taking the kid away. That I feel like that goes beyond the strategic plan on either getting back at Tyrese or, you know, having the upper hand. Those little elements that we've just discussed. I feel like that's too much. Now you're going overboard. Now it's so why is that a thing? Why do you have this man flying a plane over your daughter's daycare just so he can see her?
I'm gonna roll the clip. I'm gonna roll the clip, Rob. I'm gonna go ahead.
Who doesn't use drugs? You put some Rick Salty in my system. It's going to have the worst adverse effects ever. So I'm online talking about Will Smith giving me $5 million. I never talked to Will Smith. And I still haven't recovered from the damage that I did to him and his family. They didn't deserve them phone calls. I still haven't recovered from announcing that Samantha was pregnant when she wasn't at the time.
You did say that.
I did.
Yeah.
Everything that was happening, I was out of my mind. Someone who doesn't use drugs.
So let me say this. During his marriage to Samantha, he was prescribed some medication as he was going through a custody battle over his oldest daughter, Shayla. So Miss Griffin, when Robin is referencing a plane that he flew over the school, his daughter, he was restricted and banned because there was allegations of abuse. Those charges were dropped. And so there was no contact that could be made whatsoever via phone, visitation, or things like that. So Tyrese, being not lacking in the finance department, decided, I'm going to fly a plane over my daughter's school at lunch to get a message to her.
Daddy loves you.
That daddy loves you, Shayla. Extreme? Yes. But desperate times calls for desperate. Go ahead.
Because what happens is, I just want to point this out, and this is by all means very, you know, stereotypical, right? When the young girl grows up, you see, she's wrong, grown ghosting, she's wrong for taking. Yeah, well, there's that. Grown ghosting is very key, because why would you do that? But I feel like we have these stories that are oftentimes depicted, whether in the news, whether on movies, sitcoms, whatever, where a woman or a young girl is abandoned by their father. They grow up, they try to rekindle whatever that relationship could have been. And the first thing the daughter is going to say is, why weren't you there? Why didn't you come to see me?
Right.
And the father could be in the same predicament as Tyrese allegedly is in, of I've been placed with my back against the corner. Everybody's against me. I can't see my child. I'm not allowed to see my child. What am I supposed to do? So looking at that aspect, if I'm considering that girl that may have just wanted the dad to do something, and a lot of times probably heroic, yeah, Tyrese, send that plane over. Do it again. Because at the end of the day, it's almost like we're living in a society that's damn if you do and damn if you don't anyway. So you might as well do what you feel like is going to be helpful for you in that situation, and to reach out to your daughter, because I maybe when she gets older, she can appreciate the fact that her daddy never gave up on her. Even if the relationship between her mother and her father did not work out, she can at least confidently say, hey, when I was in daycare, my daddy flew a plane over me just to say he loved me.
I was in high school. Yeah. And so it sounds like you're saying his mindset was it's easier to ask for forgiveness other than permission.
I mean, that is a way of doing it.
His mindset.
Yeah, no, for sure. That and that's what I'm thinking. It's like, yes, I feel like that could have been his mindset. Or honestly, he really just didn't care. He just wanted to do it. You know what I mean? Because I even feel like the way that he expressed it, I guess. And he's an actor, so he could be doing a hell of a job. I don't know.
Let's not forget, Robin. So the quote that I like that got me so much from this interview. And if you guys are wondering, like, what is this interview they are referencing? It's on Sway's channel on YouTube. It's like maybe an hour long or so.
Girl, an hour and 55 minutes, I think.
Okay, it's about 55 minutes long. And so Tyrese says towards the demise of the marriage with Samantha, when COVID had hit, and he had 10 months of uninterrupted
love, affection,
and concerts and date nights and all of these things, and he was just laying it on thick.
He said they was doing the do.
They was doing it and doing it and doing it. And so after that 10 months, Tyrese is like, babe, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the ground running. I gotta put these I'm an artist. Wait. Where my stuff? I'm an artist, babe. And I gotta do what I gotta do. And right now, you gotta understand who you married.
Mm-hmm. Talk to him.
I'm working for us. And so what brother Tyrese decided to do is he gave this example, and I don't want to misquote him. He said, if you marry Denzel and Denzel has to get into character, you married Denzel. And, in scene. So me, I had on glasses, okay, at the time that I hear it. I'm driving, okay? I'm driving home from work. I said, huh?
Yeah.
Let's call yourself Denzel.
Not the grandma glasses to the bridge of the nose.
Girl, I'm hitting there at the stoplight to rewind it back on you. I said, you just called yourself Denzel, brother?
Listen. And it's like, and it's crazy. When you really think about it, or at least if you're giving him grace, okay? I feel like he wasn't saying he was Denzel. At least I was hoping he wasn't saying that he was Denzel. But listen, no, friend.
I got a button for you.
No, friend. I feel like he listen, just give him an opportunity. He said, because when I heard it, Keela, I'm not gonna lie to you. I said I have to turn the interview off. Because what you're not gonna do is disrespect my stepdaddy like that. Because my mama loves Denzel. So I said, you can't disrespect me like that. You know what I'm saying? Tyrese, you have done well in his acting career. Fast and Furious, all 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? Waist Deep, Baby Boy. Like he has a legacy, but he ain't no Denzel. But when I replayed it, that's what I'm just saying. I did replay it, and I gave the concession of I understood the fact that he is like, you can expect the artist, I'm gonna put general terms on it, the artist to have his craft and be well at that craft, right? And then separate that craft from his personal life is what I gathered. And I said, oh, all right. I kind of see where he's going with it. Do we have that clip? Do we have?
No, I refuse. I refuse to timestamp that. So this is listen. I'm gonna say this right. Tyrese is a creative. He is an artist in his own right. He can act.
Yeah.
And he's established. You know what I mean? He's Tyrese for goodness sake.
Yeah. Let it come to you.
Listen, I also feel like Tyrese is that guy is like, if nobody else is gonna pump me up, I'll do it myself.
I respect that.
And there's a movie called Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, right? And and Martin Lawrence plays Roscoe.
Yes, he does.
And he writes a book called The Team of Me.
That's Capricorn energy.
It's a team of me. And I'm like, bro, I get it. You know what I mean? But at what point in time do you not have to like hype yourself? When is your work going to speak for you? Because Denzel, if you notice about your stepdaddy, Denzel never has to say, I'm Denzel. When have you heard him say that?
Well, to counteract that, I 100% agree with you because he doesn't. Because he doesn't have to. But I also realize that Tyrese has exposed his hand more often than Denzel has ever had. Denzel isn't that person. He's not an exposure. He is what I do with my people over here ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm understanding that I am successful and independent and strong all by myself with my business over here. Tyrese, on the other hand, has been that person that when he feels it, everybody is going to know about it. Because let's be honest, when he had his whole, I don't know if you remember, but like when one of the Fast and Furious sequels was coming out and he had a problem. Yeah. He had a problem. He didn't hold his tongue. He didn't keep those conversations behind closed doors. He aired it out.
Right.
He's consistent. So with that being said, I feel like Tyrese is acting on his emotion and want people to hear it, whether they agree with it or not.
I agree.
He gonna let it out. He gonna be like, whoever with me. That's one thing I can respect about him is that I feel like he gonna say what he gonna say regardless.
And is right, wrong, or indifferent. Okay,
no, right? Because we gonna look and be like, no,
what you talking about?
Why you released a 9-minute song? Why you did that? You know what I'm saying? But he did it.
Let's get back to Miss Gibson.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't know. She gives us vibes that she is. She gives us vibes that she just wants to rule. I think that's a different element of a gold digger.
Ooh,
I feel like a gold digger is, like they're okay with being inferior in a sense as long as they get what they want out of it. And they're going to choose people based off of, their willingness and their accessibility to get them what they want. Samantha seems more calculated than that. Samantha seems like, oh, you thought you were the man in the relationship? Watch out. That's what Samantha gives me.
Okay.
Samantha gives me, I am over you. Bow down to me. That's the difference. She is the gold. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I like where you're going.
Yeah.
I will say this though, right? So I like it. It hit me. It hit me last night.
Yeah.
Samantha, what the Kardashians like used with their body and with sex and influence, Samantha did with the Lord. Okay, I have never seen somebody like manipulate.
God is good all the time.
It is. Okay, it is. And Samantha said, I am going to, brother, I'm gonna break you down to a level of consciousness to where like you're not gonna cuss the same. You're not doing no love scenes. You was a sex symbol when? Not when you married me. You gonna be a faithful husband. You gonna walk upright. You gonna talk upright. You gonna be for family. Okay? Samantha's like, you will be home at dinner. COVID? Oh, you gonna be at home? Okay? That is what Samantha did with the Lord. Okay? And so I feel like this now, and here's the other thing. Who really, like, there are, let me say this. There are people that challenge Jesus and challenge Christianity, especially in today. Right? But depending on what circle you run into, nobody really, like, depending on your circle, they'll give Jesus a slide.
Right.
A pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, she used a look, like, she using, you know what I mean? Because I ain't right. I'm still working through. You got that. I'm still working through. I'm still. And so she had, I'm still working it out. You know what I mean? Natural, he is said. Because as you so eloquently pointed out, Tyrese has he's a word vomiter. He lets it out. He doesn't hold in his feelings. Well, he has said how in their home, when they would host parties and she saw different people with plastic surgery, she would talk about them. She would backbite them. And so because they were married, he saw a side of her. You know what I mean? That, as you were talking about earlier with those red flags.
Yeah. I know he saw them.
He saw them and chose to overlook them.
Yes.
He left him. He was on a movie set away.
Yeah.
Denzel.
Yeah.
And so he came home, right?
Yeah.
John Gray's wife was actually at their house getting marital counseling because John Gray had an emotional affair.
So, emotional affair. And if you don't know what that is, that means having an affair without sex.
That's right. So
I said, what is that? But okay.
So Samantha is packing. She has about 50 boxes. And mind you, she covered the Ring camera with a face mask.
And did.
And lied and was like, oh no, girl, we just working through some stuff. We just going through a separation. You're helping her to stay in a marriage and you trying to get out of yours, right?
Nah, I didn't like that. I said, if that's true.
And so it was even, this part was not in that interview that you saw, but there was even a mutual friend who, eventually Samantha agreed to meet at that house because she let Tyrese know, I'm not coming back home. I believe that the other thing that's really important is Tyrese didn't get any closure.
Yeah.
There was no closure with the situation with Samantha. And because of that, Tyrese's closure is his new album, Beautiful Pain.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I do chuckle. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I have chuckled every interview I see. My mouth is like dropped open. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because this joker said after he records a song, it takes him 8 days.
Right.
To recover. I feel like this. I am not a glutton for punishment. So if my recovery time sends me into this emotional whirlwind, then it is time for me to find a different way to get closure on the situation.
Yeah. I agree.
And now I know that looks different for everybody, but I will say this. For Zelly to endure this process, I feel like whatever he is showering her with, take it all, boo. Take it all.
Pinky, because I'm fancy.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy.
And you know what, Key, I agree with you. And as far as the question, I'm going to take it this route, right? Should he release it? I say yes, because I feel like mental health is very real. It is untalked about. It is something that is very prevalent in our community and is not heavily discussed as any other topics that we talk about, especially for Black men. And I'll go back and agree with you on the point of when he was in the first video and how he does say that, emotions as far as when, men portray them, it's almost like taboo. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you showcasing that? Why are you and now you're deemed too emotional, right? For just expressing it in general. So with that being said, I feel like if this is going to bring him the peace that he needs to move on, because I'm not saying that this is going to be a Grammy award winning album, right? And I can't even speak for the voters, because that's a whole nother segment, child, when they talk about the voters of the Grammys.
Woo.
Like, with that being said, it's like if that's not his purpose, if his purpose is genuinely as he's described it, this is for me
Mhm.
to say what I need to say and get out what I have been, silenced for, over talked, right? Or even just refuted.
Mhm.
Get that out, bro. That's your music. That's your creativity. That's your bond. That really has nothing to do with us. All we're gonna do is listen. We can't do nothing about what you just released. And matter of fact, this is all in past tense. Anyway, so if that's what you feel, but I will say this.
Mhm.
Going back to the girlfriend, we kind of already hinted, and I feel like you hit it spot on when it's this opportunist idea. This is business. You know what I'm saying? Because every time they're gonna talk about this album, I guarantee you, a handful of people is gonna be like, "What about the girlfriend?"
Mhm.
So now people are looking up the girlfriend. Now people are getting interested in what the girlfriend is doing. So that's only giving her exposure and acknowledgement without her having to do anything. This is based off of his creative project, not hers.
Right.
So with that being said, if that is the agreement, if that's the actual relationship that they have, is that he's being upfront, transparent, honest. This is what I'm gonna do. If you don't like it, cool. If you like it, cool. And she's going along with it.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna feel sorry for that young lady. She's grown and she's in this because she wants to be.
Okay. I will say this. When I think about him releasing it, now I think about the kids. I think about the kids, right? Because albums, and in this time that we're at, everything lasts forever. So when Soraya is 3 or 4 now,
Yeah,
when she becomes of age to really interpret and understand what it is that her dad is saying,
yeah,
and hear that you are talking about her mom,
yeah,
will you regret it? And I will say this: if he can say no, he would not regret it, release it.
yeah.
If you feel like no, my kids will be able to, not Shayla, because she's approaching adulthood.
Right. Well,
But
as you mentioned that,
uh-huh.
I think if anyone out of the two children, she probably may be more affected by,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Because she's at an age where she can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's actively listening and regurgitating that information and forming her own opinion about it. I don't I think and she's 16,
Right.
you know? It's one of those things where, like, again, like we talked about, a lot of things are happening for 16-year-olds, but also 16 now is very different when we were 16.
Correct. It's grown now. Like you. Yeah, 16
Grown.
grown. Yeah, good and grown.
So,
I'm like this, with Shayla. When I think it about it impacting her, I say I'm not sure, because she had her turn with her mom,
okay.
and seeing the music that he released with her mom, right? And though she may have an affinity for Samantha,
Mhm.
it's still the dad, you know what I'm saying, that she's had the most history with. It's the dad that she may feel protective over. It's the dad that, wow, maybe here's the thing. Maybe Shayla discerned something about Samantha early on. You know what I mean? Because she came in her life a little early. And maybe that adjustment period was different. Blended families can be different, right? But Soraya and your mom, like, you know what I mean? Like your mom, I don't know. Hey mom, somebody mentioned this song because kids can be cruel.
Yeah.
Dad wrote this about, was he talking about you?
Yeah.
Well, Soraya, your dad had his. So when you would be talking to Auntie such and such, were you talking about my dad?
Yeah.
And so looking at her dad as whatever Samantha has painted him to be in the privacy of the home. Because again, Samantha has never really challenged Tyrese publicly.
Yeah.
She has allowed the law to do her fighting. Okay. Now I'm not saying that she's not feeling the way. The sister's just playing she's playing chess, not checkers. Tyrese is playing checkers. And I feel like
Tyrese at this point is a spectator in the
okay, he's a straight up spectator. And
like, he's just watching. Just
you released your album on Shame, and he said it in the interview. I wrote that song, and now I'm enduring the most shame that I've ever had to in my life. So my thing is, if you are of a conscious mind, my guy, why would you release something called Beautiful Pain? Do you know how long it takes for healed people to call their troubles and trials beautiful?
Mm.
Can you imagine, like Harriet Tubman, like feeling like how long although she made a bold move, but it was risky. Like, but she was the Moses of her time. She's the Moses of her people. I'm sure she probably didn't like feel like that.
Yeah.
She was like going through the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure Rosa Parks did not feel like the strongest woman when she refused to give up her seat.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm sure it was just like, not today.
Yeah.
And so, but Tyrese is like, oh, I gotta get this out right now. Like, have you not done enough? The rants on your porch, or the balcony when you're on vacation with your girlfriend, whether she is agreeing to it or not. Because at the end of the day, she's like, I'm just here to look good, be in the background, and show that, like you like, you know what I'm saying? To show that you like to spoil me with gifts, and we can play footsies, and you want to try this, Papa? Like she's doing all like cute. Yeah, girl, they be like, like, I'm like, they are the irritating, like, you want to try that? I'm like, oh my God, shut up. You know what I'm saying? But she's not here's my thing about why I'm like, I don't know how much like love, like true love is involved. She's not, I feel like love is able to rescue.
Yeah.
She's
That
not
is a proverb.
I feel like love can rescue you. And I feel like here's the thing. His love for Samantha rescued him from his past. Unfortunately, it was on a temporary basis that he didn't know.
Yeah.
But in this situation, it's just pain. It's just pain and like anger. Listen, ghostwrite. Give it to Neo. Neo ain't sitting here writing his. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, but at the end of the day, I feel like here's my thing, and I definitely see the aspects of what you're discussing of like you are putting things out there that really isn't true to the nature of the beast. Right. I will say though, I again, appreciate at least that there's consistency in what he has been doing. There's consistency in how he has, again, been very vocal and very strong-willed for his feelings. And at the end of the day, he is an artist. And really, what do our artists do when they have gone through pain?
They create.
Come on now. So while, yes, could it be deemed a little petty as far as timing, as far as the name of the game, as far as his current situation? Sure, absolutely. But it's not surprising that he would turn to releasing an album that shares his trauma.
Okay, so let me ask this, and I know we're going to wrap it up.
Robin. Yeah, wrap it up.
Do you think if he releases his album afterwards, do you think that this will be the end of it?
No, because they still have that baby girl.
Do you think that he'll like this will be the closure he needs?
Oh, as far as closure,
Yeah.
I thought it was just about something to say because I just feel like as soon as Samantha do something in regards to their daughter, he gonna be right back at it again. So, but with the closure, I maybe shit. Maybe I don't even know how to double down on it because if you I really want y'all to go and watch the interview. If you haven't watched the interview,
I'm gonna post it in the chat.
listen, Akila had warned me. She said, y'all, and I'm pay it forward. As soon as you think the interview is over, please don't turn it off. Stay tuned. Wait, there's more. Because baby, Tyrese, he said, all right, y'all. I really love being here. Thank you for having me. He reminds me of, the stereotypical, black family when they're at a function together and the mama be like, all right, we about to head out. And then they just start conversing again with somebody else as they're walking to the door, as they're walking out. That's literally what this was. It was a episode of you thought it was over, but wait, I have something else to say. And I'm going to continue on and repeat what I've already said. So knowing that alone with the interview, I don't know if I can confidently say that he is ready and willing to let this go as he releases this music and find closure. I don't know, because the way that he's still talking about the trauma, the pain, and what he has endured and how he misses his wife, but not
Girl, the window watching her drop off the kid.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not showing any emotion. Why would she? She doesn't owe you that, sir. Y'all are done. Finito. Period. Get out. So I don't know. Friend.
Y'all, I'm a speak Robin for y'all. I'm gonna interpret that. That means no, but Robin's not gonna say no. That means no.
Look, you know me, Pooh. You know me. Better let him know.
Look, that means no. But Akila is gonna say absolutely not. You should not release the album. Go ahead and write your book, brother. Listen, write your book. Take a couple years. More years. And you know what? Shout out to you, Miss Karina, girl. Hey, listen. That's it. This is it. And this is a mic drop on the whole episode. I don't think that he wants closure. He likes the attention. Tyrese is so, Lord, God about to have me preaching tonight, but we gonna let y'all.
Hallelujah.
I will say this. Tyrese has been in the media in such a negative way that if I can take advantage of being the victim, he need to talk about it. If I can take advantage of being in the media and getting empathy or sympathy, I'm gonna just ride this lane until the wheels fall off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
And here's and he's all, I'm a, what do you call it? I'm an alpha male.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an alpha male. Are you though? Because it looks like you got dominated, sir. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, Robin, you done been on spring break. Boo skate. Unfortunately, you got I am working now, so we had to move our temporarily just this week. Move this week's Sunday show to tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Share with somebody. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and share with somebody, and we're gonna do the replay. I will be in the chat. I'll be in the comments with you if you got something else to say. You know. Oh, did Robin pass her midterm? Look at you, Sean, paying attention.
Look, thank you. I don't know yet. I'll be getting results next week. Child, they take their time.
Speak that into existence. Okay.
Look, speaking into the existence that I have passed, that we are on the road to finals. But look, stay tuned. It'll probably be one of these episodes.
What are you doing this weekend?
Listen, I'm getting prepared for school, child. This week has been amazing. I've gotten my rest, but I gotta start, getting my mind back together when setting an alarm, going to class, having a backpack, all that. Like,
Girl,
I'm
I got
ready
a
to
backpack
go.
today.
But
I got my backpack today from work. That
I
thing,
know that's right. Look, cause you working,
I'm working.
working.
I'm working.
How has your week been?
You know
Give me
what?
back.
So it has been wonderful job wise. Listen, I have never been to so many meetings
Mm,
in my life, but my team is absolutely phenomenal. Love them. It's really like a family. Um, and listen, when I tell you my opinion matters there,
absolutely.
it matters. Okay, they gonna ask. I respect it. I am flying out to Michigan on Sunday evening. I will be there for the week. So I'm gonna say this now. Whatever Scott does while I am away, I will have to deal with him on Friday because
He
he a little too.
said, I gotta focus on it's me time. I gotta
Okay, normally, even if I was working, if I heard something, I'll walk down here and peek my head around the door. I don't even
Mhm.
do it. I'm gonna be too far. I'm gonna be fighting with the cold, with the hawk. Okay. Thank y'all, thank y'all so much. So listen, if he talking smack, all I can do is give him a pep talk in the morning before I go to work, and I'm in training. And knowing him, you know what I'm saying? Robin is a G. You better say that, Nico.
Thank you. Thank you. I do my best.
So I am going for 1 week, bro, and there will be no turn up. Okay.
Don't be starting stuff. See,
Listen, you can always count on Sean to get a little friction going.
look,
Listen, a little
I'm
friction.
gonna be watching TikTok like a hawk. Be like, somebody gonna post
No,
something.
girl, you gotta watch YouTube. You gotta watch YouTube and Twitter.
YouTube and Twitter.
That's where Scott gets into trouble.
Oh,
Girl, he will get into a debate. Next thing I know, I'm getting notifications. It's YouTube and Twitter. What are you? I'm sitting there like, what? Who even said this? Babe, I just had to let him know. I just had to let him know. I'm like, but have you not established that, sir?
Mm-mm.
Have you not? Do we really have to do this? And the first thing, y'all know I'm gone because it's yeah, my girl, Key, he ain't home.
Who is?
So he wake up motivated, and then y'all know his favorite button.
If I make you feel some type of way.
Oh wow,
Girl, that button, that's at the beginning of the show.
okay.
Mike, I'm sorry, Sean, am I lying? Okay. Am I lying? Okay. That joker will be there with the unfollow me, and I'm sitting there. All I see is like these notifications, and I have missed it because I'm in class, I'm training. Exactly. No, you know what I'm saying? So the chat just be going. I know his ways. So I am praying that he is just on. I just need him to be like like close to good behavior. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna already be dealing with a lot. It's gonna be 28 degrees and snowing up there. Like I'm not.
Ooh.
Girl, it is 60 degrees in Georgia right now. Like,
Girl, something about to be out.
not there. Okay. I'm like, I gotta get that big coat out the closet.
Look, bundled up.
Drive in the snow.
Your neck. It's in your neck. It's in
my
your
neck. The head. Oh, you know, my nan's like, you got your hat, but did you get your hat?
Yes, cover your ears too.
I said, no, Nan. You better get your hat before you get a head cold up here. I'm like,
better listen, child.
Yes, ma'am. I hear you. So I shall be gone. When I return, I pray that the house is calm, peaceful, and
look, he know what to do.
But is he gonna do it?
But he got you, girl. Come on now. He got you.
My FaceTimer, you know, he hit you with the hey, babe. Don't pull that camera back.
Look, put me down, actually.
Let me see what them graphics looking like, babe. What you doing the show on? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, see, and then you got these jokers.
Oh,
You know what I mean? House party 1, 2, and 3, not. We going live for the backyard? Not. Okay.
Backyard.
So yeah, so that'll be Scott here. Yeah, and I'll be flying back from Michigan on Friday back into some more weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am definitely excited about that. Tomorrow I'm going
Safe
to
travels.
South Carolina. My baby cousins are turning 18,
All right now.
and so they're having a cookout for them. So going there,
The
and
babies are still the babies.
babies are still the babies. And so then I am then Sunday we're gonna be back. I don't know if we're gonna go to church yet. I think we might.
Take time.
But not sure. But we gotta get it. If whatever we doing, I gotta be at Atlanta airport because if y'all know anything about flying into Atlanta,
Into or out of.
listen, if you flying out of Atlanta, you better get there early. If you ain't got clear or preach it, clear.
You ain't got clear.
Okay.
Well, just go ahead and show up to
Exactly. I have a feeling, Sean, that there's going to be breaking news all week, and I'm just going to have to sit back and catch the replay.
Listen, that's fine.
So yeah, so that'll be my week. But week 1 at the job was amazing. They paid for lunch every day this week.
Good.
Breakfast, coffee. They got the good ice, girl. I love ice.
I know that's right.
They got the hospital ice.
I love that.
Girl, they got the hospital ice and they got the big cups. I'm like, I be coming out.
All right now.
That's me. I'm like
just crunching
and happy. Okay.
Love
so yeah, so that's it. But I hope you enjoy your weekend, getting your mind wrapped up, your final days of resting before you are back in routine.
Look, I just got text messages from my fans talking about we going to brunch tomorrow. So
brunch. You going to brunch? I'm going to barbecue. I wish I was closer in North Carolina because I would definitely slide through, but we're gonna be in South Carolina. Otherwise, I'd be like, I'm crashing.
Next time, Pooh. Next time. But thank you all so much for joining us. Remember, like, share, subscribe, continue to comment.
Girls Need Girls return next week. Yes, we'll be back next week.
Of course.
And we might have a special treat for y'all.
Stay tuned.
Yes, this month. Paris, I'm getting your shirt out tomorrow morning that you won on Sunday because I was working, and then the post office be closing when I be leaving work because they be holding me. But I got your shirt. I'm sending it tomorrow express just because I care about you. So until next time, you guys have an amazing weekend. Stay safe. Tell somebody that you love them. Get closure if your heart is unhealed. All right, until next time. Bye.
Bye.